Hey, there's a fan on my head. Just kidding. It's way up there on the ceiling. Don't be dumb, guys. Sorry. You're not dumb. It was an honest mistake. As long as you admit that you made a mistake. So, today, I went for a jog for the first time in a little while. Because I was feeling sick, so I didn't go. And then also, I was finishing that vegan video, and I was in work mode for like most of the day for several days. And I feel kind of not so great after that run. I think because I'm still feeling I'm not feeling fully healthy. I normally feel great after a run, but this time I was like, but that's okay. Video, doing well. It's approaching, if not already hit 100,000 views, but it doesn't say that on the in the public view count. The Creator Studio app that is on phones on YouTube gives you a sometimes more accurate view count. It's always like a little more. Sometimes it's a little less though, and then I'm like, well, then what do I believe? But there you go. What you see on the internet, believe it or not, it's not always true. Doing good. Comments rolling in. It seems like it's growing the way that the internet video grew. Like, this is kind of on par with how the internet video grew at first. And I was like, well, I guess this is where it's going to live. After a few days, it kind of plateaus. A lot of videos just plateau after a few days on a certain amount of views. But the internet video actually just continued climbing. Just continued slow climbing until now it's almost at 600,000 views for days and days. It never like really shot up fast. It was always just this slow climb, and it didn't stop, which is weird. I don't know why that video did that. Hopefully this video does that. If not, that's fine. I did work on it for a long time, but that's okay. Anyhoobs, Mark Dowdy in the comments of yesterday's Patreon video asked about a timeline for upcoming videos. And next video, I think, is going to be, well, I know it's going to be in the middle of March. I think what it's going to be about is, it's going to be like another installment of the How to YouTube videos. Probably a little more serious, because I was telling you guys how I was kind of wishing I went a little more serious with the last one. Still jokey, though. Don't worry. There'll be jokes. But I think it's going to be something along the lines of 4 things I did to turn my channel around, or 4 things you should do to make a successful video, or why your channel isn't growing, or something like that. And I do have 4 things listed, 4 or 5. What are they? It's basically this. This is what the video is going to be in a nutshell. Spoiler, although I'll do a better job of explaining it in the final version. Number 1, the video needs a purpose, and then I'll go into my whole past on my channel about how dare to be pointless was my mantra, and how. So on the surface, it seemed like I didn't follow my own rules, and my channel did do well early on. And I will say, 1, times ain't what they used to was, like I said in the previous one. 2, it did have a purpose, though. Even though the purpose was to be pointless, that in itself was a purpose. And it was more about the longevity, the long term, the multiple videos, the daily update multiple videos, where the purpose comes out, which is basically, you can be pointless. You can do things that don't have an agenda, that you're not trying to win an argument, you're not trying to make an argument, you're just trying to have fun. And that in itself is valuable. Everywhere you look, there's agendas, there's people trying to convince you of things. And I'm just being silly for the sake of being silly, which has value. And that, I guess, was the purpose of a lot of the early Wheezy videos. But sometimes my early videos had a specific purpose within them. But basically, if you really look deep into it, it was, guys, let's not be so serious all the time. I'm a dude in an apartment with my own camera, doing my own thing, no one telling me what to do, and it's fun. And I found an audience. And that was the purpose. Over time, that purpose was served. And I think maybe that's why the channel started dying. And so what you need when you make your videos is you need, for the video itself, you need a purpose, or for the channel itself, you need a purpose, or both. Then, after that, once you have the purpose, all the other things easily fall into place. Not easily, but you have a guide now. You have your purpose. So number 2, don't be boring. And then you got to go into, what does it mean to be boring? Well, you can do something. It doesn't mean you have to be... Boring is subjective. You don't have to be... I think I'm going to use this video for reference when I write the final version. You don't have to be... one person's boring and another person's amazing, for sure. But I think where boredom comes into play is when you go off topic, when it seems meaningless, when it's when you're not sticking to your purpose, and when it's confusing, when the message is muddled and people don't know what to think, they might get bored. It doesn't mean throw jokes in all the time. It doesn't mean be flashy. It just means stick to the purpose. And although sometimes being flashy helps, and not being long-winded helps, but not necessarily. If you're staying on topic, and if your topic is interesting to the people watching, it's going to be fine. People are coming to, chances are people are coming to the video because of a specific purpose. And so if you deviate, they're either going to be bored, they're going to be confused. So stick to the purpose. Don't be boring. Maybe I need to change that to don't be boring or confusing. Or just stay on topic. But I don't believe that you have to stay on topic, necessarily. You can deviate once in a while, but just minimally, you know? Don't go too far, because then you'll be boring. Or you could stay on topic and be boring as well. You could just talk in a monotone way and just say the things that they've already heard already and not add anything new to the topic or your own point of view. All of these, so number 3 would be honest. And all of these are, they play into each other. So purpose, boredom, make sure you stay on topic, stick to the purpose so it won't be boring. Be honest, make sure that you're not hiding your true purpose, or hiding the flaws in your topic, because that's obvious. When people will often, most likely, detect inauthenticity, and you're going to have a problem. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe once in a while you do a video lying through your teeth, and it'll shoot to the top. But that's not gonna last. Stick to the purpose. And be honest about it. Don't try to hide it. Telling jokes, you can tell jokes, it can be funny, but if you overdo that, you're also kind of hiding your purpose. And I'm not talking about your special purpose, which is from the movie The Jerk, and that means something else. And this is the second time I've referenced The Jerk. Cat juggling from the vegan video, that's from The Jerk. It's a good movie, although some of the subject matter may not be tolerated by lots of people today. It's a good movie. Okay. Purpose. Don't be boring. Be honest. And that doesn't mean you have to always say everything you think. It doesn't mean you have to just bear all the time and not joke about things. But don't do it so much that it seems like you're hiding something, you know? And then Titles and thumbnails. That's something that I didn't pay. I paid some attention to the past several years, but not well enough, especially the thumbnails. With the thumbnails, I would often just pick a frame. It was something I put less time into because I was doing videos every day. So at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I'm done with the video. Oh, I got to do the thumbnail. Or I'm done with the video. Oh, I got to do the title and the thumbnail. And I think about it for maybe 10 minutes. Whereas now, I think about what the title's going to be and the thumbnail for days while I'm working on the video. Because, like it or not, that is how people find you. That is why people click. That's just how it works. Movies. People go to movies. They don't go to movies based on the title. They go to movies often based on the trailer or the ad campaign. Like blockbuster movies, bigger budget movies, have large ad campaigns, and that's why they go. The title has little effect, much less effect anyway. With online video, it's how it works. They need a reason to click because there's so many things to click on. And you don't have a massive ad campaign. Some people do. But you probably don't have a massive ad campaign behind what you're making. And so titles and thumbnails matter deeply. They matter a lot. But what I would say is what I've found that has worked for me most recently, since the resurgence of my channel, is just making sure I convey what the video is about as best as I can, as quickly, as efficiently, and as understandably as I can. That's it. There's a temptation when you're doing a thumbnail to be clever, to be funny, to be poetic. Or, did I say thumbnail or title? Either one. You can do that, but first make sure that it's understandable, that people get it, that people know what it's about. I think that's crucial for someone to click because they have so much time in a day. They're like, okay, what should I watch? They're not going to click on some random thing that says, my butt is shiny. Well, some people might, but you get my meaning. It's got to convey the purpose of the video in the title, not just a funny thing that happened, not just, sometimes that works, a funny or a shocking thing that happened, but often that only works if they already know who the person is, if they already know who the personality is, if they're already subscribed and they're clicking for the personality. But if you really want people to click, even people who are subscribed, you have to compete for now. You have to compete for your own subscribers because clearly I have 823,000 subscribers and I'm struggling to get like above 100,000 views. So clearly many people are not clicking on the video. You have to make sure to give them a reason. What is this video about? I went vegan for a month, here's what happened, and then make it about that. And that's what it is. That's why a video about one thing tends to do better, because then you can convey in a title and a thumbnail what it's about. That's why a lot of my videos didn't do well, because a lot of my videos were about many things. It was really, my videos were about my personality, especially the last 3 or 4 years, which is not going to bring in new people very much. And also probably lose people who gradually get bored or sick of it. So, title and thumbnail are very important. Clearly I haven't thought about this very much. Wow, this is a 15-minute video. Almost 14 minutes right now. This is good though. I'm going to come back to this video when I'm writing this. This is a good reference. This is pretty much what I'm going to get across in the video in mid-March. More concisely, but maybe, I don't know, I'm kind of liking this really conversational way of doing it. So I'm going to try to hold on to keep the conversationalness of what we just talked about for that final video, but just organize it a little better. And that's about it. I was going to talk about something else, but this video is already really long. What was I going to talk about? You know what? Let's talk about it, whatever it was. I was going to talk about, oh yeah, I'm thinking about, oh, I should probably talk about this tomorrow too if I remember, because I don't know how many people are going to make it all the way here. But I'm thinking about changing up the perks on Patreon. I've been thinking about doing it for a while, but I just learned from Patreon. I had a call with someone from Patreon today. Very friendly, very helpful. And I've been thinking about reorganizing the perks because I feel like it's too messy, and maybe I want to consolidate some of them, but I don't want to make people pay more. I don't want to suddenly be like, oh, it's cost this much for this perk now or anything. But I learned that I can do that and then have people grandfathered in. So if I'm thinking about moving the $1, eliminating the $1, just having a $2, but all the $1 people can still pay $1. That's not you guys because you're the $5 level at least. But I'm thinking, and then the $3, moving that to $5, and then the $7 to the $10. But all the people that are paying the $7 and all the people that are paying the $3 still pay $3. Now, I know that sounds a little unfair for you who are paying $5, and the $3 can still pay $3. I don't know a better way to do it right now. I don't know. How do you feel about that? But I do want to organize it. I want to consolidate it because I feel like it's messy. When people come to the website, they might be confused. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. And yeah, there you go. I'm a minimalist. I want the perks to be organized and less messy and consolidated. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm also thinking about doing like an exclusive perk that is like just for like 1 month or something. Maybe like a special video or something. I don't know. Thinking about stuff, guys. And this video this is the longest secret daily vlog video. 17 minutes. And I kind of like it. I don't know. Sorry if I wasted a lot of your time. I won't be offended if you don't watch all of these, by the way. But we're at the end of this one, so those of you who didn't watch all of this, you don't know that. Anyway, see ya tomorrow.